Welcome in the Rover Sports Philadelphia. We are here with John and Chance of 101.5 in Knoxville. They're out covering the Tennessee Vols. My first question here is for Chance. We have Derek Barnett. He's a Philadelphia Eagle. What can we expect from Derek Barnett?
Well, I think first and foremost, the guy's he's a proven worker. I mean, he's going to go after it every game. He's going to give you all he can, give it all, put it all out there on the field. And you got Derek Barnett coming there. This guy broke Reggie White's record here at Tennessee. And he's just a beast. I mean, we talk about all the time. He's the junkyard dog. He's the guy that you want in the trenches. He's the guy that you want on your line. You guys should be very excited in Philadelphia right now to have Barnett. I think he's definitely a star in the making.
When I think of Philly, I think of blue collar. I think of booing. Derek Barnett is blue collar, so you're not going to boo him. You're going to love Derek Barnett. Philly guys, my perception is that they don't like people that take plays off. They don't like slackers. They don't like people that kind of are divas. Derek Barnett is none of that. Derek Barnett is going to work hard every play. You're going to love it. You're going to fall in love with Derek Barnett.
Here's John, and John, I wanted to talk to you about the Tennessee Vols. I mean, you guys had the unbelievable win over Georgia, the second half out of nowhere with Josh Dobbs playing his best half of football, but then South Carolina happened, and then with a shot to go to the Sugar Bowl, Vanderbilt unfortunately happened. So, heading into this year, your offensive line, you still have really good. Trey Smith's going to be on the offensive line this year. You guys have some good linemen, and then you look at Dormindy. I mean, what really is the mood of the Tennessee fans, even after kind of the expectations of last year?
Well, my grandma died when I was 12. I'm going to bring that up too, as you brought up the Georgia and the South Carolina loss, the Vanderbilt loss. You just want to keep going down that road, but Tennessee's just kind of stuck in purgatory. 8 wins, you can get excited about it, but what for? Why? Just to kind of be average? I look at sports as not a championship or bust mentality, but you want to be elite. You want to win 10 games, not 8. I would rather win 6 games, make a change to get a coach that can win 10. Does that make sense? I want to take it to a next level.
You would be a great Sixer fan, then.
I love the process.
Trust the process.
I love Sam Hinkie. Yeah. Sam Hinkie had to die so that the process could live. I understand that.
Sam Hinkie is walking around. So we got to tell you about Sam Hinkie. He's walking around out of a bag somewhere in Vegas, down and out, waiting for his next job.
Exactly, and he died for us. But Chance, you look at Josh Dobbs, as much as I love Dobbs' personality, the 4-0, the space astronaut major, Josh Dobbs at times was limited as a passer. And now you look at Dormindy and you look at Jarrett. Could they possibly be an upgrade, give something new to this Tennessee offense?
Well, absolutely. I think that was obviously the biggest knock on Josh Dobbs was that he did struggle with his passing, his accuracy, his footwork, all the above. Also, a lot of people contribute that maybe he wasn't coached well enough. Here's a guy, when he first started for Tennessee, nobody would have thought that he would have got drafted, let alone, get drafted in the 4th round, and he gets drafted, has an opportunity now. But yes, Quinn Dormindy, in my opinion, I think he's going to edge out Garantano just because of experience as being the starter. But yeah, I think he's the better passer. There's no doubt about that. But he still isn't proven yet. He still has to go out there. He's only had a limited amount of snaps, so he's going to struggle as well. But they should take a step forward in the passing game, completion percentage, everything, just because he does. He's a coach's son from Texas. He's got the strong arm. He does have more accuracy than Josh Dobbs.
We're here with John and Chance, 101.5 Knoxville, Fox Sports. I'm going to hold my personal opinions here, but there's been kind of a rumor going on about Tennessee and Alabama and how some people are complaining about playing Alabama every year. As Tennessee fans down in Knoxville, what do you think of that whole story?
I'm tired of getting our heads beat in. I'm tired of it. I know there's a lot of the people are just like tradition. My grandparents lived in the outhouse. My grandparents didn't have air conditioning. That was their tradition. I want to turn mine on. I don't want to do something just because it's tradition.
You know that a sure loss is going to derail your chance for a national championship. Maybe wait to the end of the year before you have to play these guys.
We're the only team in the country. Tennessee is the only team in the country that theoretically would have to play Alabama 3 times to win a national title. No one else can say that. Every year, we either have to play Alabama in October, say we beat them. We got to beat them again at the SEC championship game. Say both teams have 1 loss or 2 losses, they can still make the playoff. Then you got to beat them in the playoff. We're the only team in the country that has to do this.
And I believe, my money, if they played 3 times against the Cleveland Browns, Bama would beat them at least once.
That's the argument. It feels
We're using
like
Cleveland now.
Yeah.
We're using Cleveland because that's everybody's favorite whipping boy.
Brock Osweiler does suck. Brock Osweiler does suck. So
You
yeah,
can't throw him in. Was that he had the most bloated contract ever. Would you like to have a little bit of Brock money there?
I would love some Brock money.
Some Brock money, baby.
I don't know.
We got to get some of that good stuff.
Some of that easy money.
Five good games, and the guy is.
Forget the Brock money. I want the JJ Redick money. 1 year,
23 million.
million.
You know what's really interesting? Now we're talking Philly. Imagine Kevin Durant signed for less, $26.5 million per year, $53 million. So look at the differential between Durant at 26.5 and Redick 23 cool mil.
Between Redick and Gordon Hayward, this was a summer of white basketball players. I don't want to make it about race. I don't want to make it about race, but summer of white basketball players.
Yeah, I mean, in America, you have Kevin Love. I mean, Chandler Parsons needs to get back up for white basketball.
I'm out on Chandler Parsons. In Memphis or in Tennessee, we root for the Grizzlies. I'm out on Chandler Parsons.
You look at Nicholas
That was the biggest mistake.
Batum's making more money than Cam Newton. It's all about that NBA.
Another top guy out there who also.
I want to finish off with your Memphis. Let's talk about my favorite player who's moving on. Just a little Zach Randolph, a little Zebo. I know you have some thoughts on Zebo. Let's close with Zebo.
A legend. Some idiots were mad that they said they were going to retire his jersey number. I think that's the dumbest thing ever. Of course you retire Zebo's number. Best player in franchise history. The guy is Memphis. We talk about Derek Barnett being blue collar like Philadelphia. Zach Randolph was Memphis. Rough around the edges. Bad pass. Heart full of gold. People love Zach Randolph. They're going to miss him. It's the bad part about business when they're trying to be smart and not pay him the money, but that's one guy that I'd be okay with overpaying just because he's Zach Randolph.
Yeah, I like Zach Randolph too. I mean, just think about what he does for the community, his annual donations to, all the community, the organization right there. I know he gave $20,000 recently to the electric department or something like that.
He keeps people's lights on.
Yeah, he keeps people's he keeps people's lights on. I'm with John. I mean, he's a guy that of course you retire his number. I mean, he's meant a lot to those fans, meant a lot to the Memphis Grizzlies organization, and he was. I mean, when they had Barnes and Randolph and Vince Junkyard, Tony Allen, like the guys you do not want to face off with in an alley. Like you don't want to walk up on Zebo, but Zebo, he's always been that hard worker in the NBA, and it's gonna be sad to see him go. But I'm excited for him.
Guys, that Chip Kelly moved on. You guys now have Mariota, Eric Decker, our boy Corey Davis. Tennessee Titans football in Knoxville still very healthy.
Corey Davis.
Spots,
Let me just say something about Corey Davis. We had the pleasure, because Philly, we hosted the draft there, and we had the pleasure of hosting Corey Davis's brother the night before at the Logan Hotel. And this is a mature guy. This also is a great interview for you guys. He's not boring at all, as we try not to be.
Yeah.
And you're going to love Corey Davis and Soul of the Earth guy. So we're certainly Titans fans, and we're going to be coming down to cover that.
Let me ask you something. I want an outside perspective.
Sure.
In Knoxville especially, all the NFL fans, they went with Peyton. They went to the Colts. He left. Most of them went to the Broncos or Denver. Now obviously Peyton's retired. As a Titans fan, lifelong, the last 10 years for me has been hell. We've had one good year out of the last 10 years. Now, we have a pretty good team. Now everybody wants to come back and be a Titans fan now that Peyton's retired. They've been free agents. Should I allow them back on the bandwagon, or am I allowed to hate them?
Tennessee Vols.
They weren't with me. They weren't with me when I had Jake Locker killing grass. They weren't with me when Zach Mettenberger was the quarterback. They weren't with me at 2-14. They weren't with me shooting in the gym. Can they come back on the bandwagon now that we're going to be good?
Jeff Fisher.
You got to answer the question. Spencer, you got to answer. You're on the hot seat, man.
Yes or no? Should they?
Yes or no? Should you let it back in the bandwagon, and why?
I mean, if they completely turn their back on the Tennessee Titans, if you're
they were laughing. They made fun of us. They said, at least I'm not a Titans fan.
I mean, if you become a Texans fan, then you should not be allowed back. But but seeing Jeff Fisher, I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer. What is your favorite vegetable? The hedge or hedging?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say you shouldn't be allowed back if you root for another AFC team. But if you root for an NFC team, like the Seattle Seahawks, it's kind of like the Phillies. You could root for the Yankees right now if you're a Phillies fan because they're awful. But
my man was
I'm going to lean towards no. What about you, Bruce?
It was yes or no, Bruce. I asked you yes or no.
Okay, but I'm going to say
we got to fill in time, but yeah, I'll say no.
What I'm going to say is that I'm going to take, of course, a diverse view. I think we live in the most forgiving country in the world. So people can be forgiven for a lot worse crimes than not having the sense to root for a team. So I believe you could give them a lot of crap. We can say that word here, FEC. Give them a lot of crap. You can needle them to death, but eventually welcome them back on. But at the first sign of trouble, if they get off the bandwagon, at that point, you never let it back.
To the parade.
Yeah.
You can't invite him to the parade, though. You can't invite him to the parade.
You can't get on and then get off and then get back, like you're saying. Like, you can't let them come back. If they get on, they get off then. Because as fandom goes, like, you want a lot of people to root for your team. Like, John sounds like the hockey guy right now, a hockey fan who's like, when the Predators were winning, and we experienced that, like, oh, don't jump on the Predators. But no, if you're from Tennessee, if you like the team, I mean, you want a bunch of people in your corner.
Fans, right?
And another thing, at one point for rooting for him, I believe if you're a parent and you have a kid with Marcus Mariota in that team, if you could come around and impart the love of Tennessee to the new generation, then that will be good for the whole area. That's an argument in favor of clemency.
Oh yeah, I know it's better. I'm just talking about spite. I'm a spiteful person.
No, I want you to be spiteful. And that's what's great about sports. Needling people, listen, I'll be frank with you. In this family,
The parties are.
I mean, you hear him talk. It's a little rough around there.
I just got two more.
Two more. We're good.
Two more
We're loving this, man. We can fill 3 hours a day just like
John,
you can.
I'm a little nervous.
We're all in on
If
this.
we go off the bandwagon, if we start needling John a little bit, we could be
We're going to needle John.
right?
John likes to be needled.
2001, the Super Bowl, everyone wanted to be a Titans fan. Then we started sucking, they got up. Vince Young came back. We went 13-3 the one year everyone was back. Then we stunk again. Then we stunk again. Everyone's off again. They just keep yo-yoing me. I'm sick of it.
Still love VY, don't you? He's coming back. He's
The best thing about VY, the best story I ever read about VY is how he spent his money.
The Cheesecake Factory.
Well, not only these are two snippets I want to share. There were a lot of times he wanted to be alone, so what he would do is he would rent his own Southwest plane, every seat, and so nobody else was on it. I think that might be a slight waste of money.
I respect the move because I don't like people on airlines.
He never wanted the middle seat, but he took that. And the last thing he did, for 1 year, he said, for a whole year, he spent a lot of time at bars. He spent that whole year, he bought drinks for everybody at every bar he went to for a year. And he burned through, I don't know, he burned through about $15 million. And right now, as you know, he's financially. So with Vince, some of these ways, Vince Young is fabled as the way he blew his money in a Mike Tyson-esque sort of way, so to speak.
Vince Young was like the new MC Hammer after Hammer. He was trying to cater to all his friends. Like you say, he's buying drinks for everybody out at the bar. He's going to the Cheesecake Factory. But I mean, with Vince Young, I guess I have a soft spot in my heart for him. Because you were just talking about Jeff Fisher, Mr. 50-50. Everybody knows Jeff Fisher was trash. He kept filling up. He kept getting these jobs, and he single-handedly probably derailed Vince Young's career.
Sure he did.
It was also, a product of Vince himself. And then, leaving with some other mental things, but the same thing. I can't wait till the book comes out. I can't wait till he exposes him, as he said.
Proves two things. One, you can't spell victory without VY. Remember that.
Okay, that's a good
number
one.
Two, don't talk about Vince Young blowing money when Philadelphia has the king of blowing money.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, don't come on here putting down
think
Vince
it's
Young.
because VY came at a time with the dream team, Namdi. You remember the name Namdi Asamoah? That's a curse word.
Namdi got paid and ended up with Kerry Washington.
Here's a great Iverson one. I got to tell you a great Iverson story about how he's not the classiest guy at all times. He's in a casino. He's in Resorts International on camera playing and losing money. He takes a PP in the trash can in open air on camera. That's a power move. I thought I'd share that with you.
Shot the ball so well.
John, I'm sure that wouldn't surprise you with AI.
What are you gonna do? Kick me out?
Yeah, exactly.
He's AI.
What are we talking about? We're talking about practice now. This is no game. We're talking about practice.
It's not a game, but last question for you guys. You guys have been awesome. You think the 76ers are going to stay healthy? Are you excited for the Sixers, man? You think they're going to make the playoffs this year?
Well, I know for myself, big NBA fan, John is too. I'm excited to see those guys because they're young. I mean, I like Joel Embiid and the way he goes at everybody, and the process, the feds. I love all that, and obviously Sam Hinkie. That's what started it up. Yeah, so I'm very excited if they can stay healthy. It already doesn't look too good with Fultz going out of summer league. He's going to be out now.
He'll be out 2 weeks as a sport. sports
picture
doctor.
online of, like,
I got
guys
good
in the
news.
wheelchair. Did you see that picture
Yes.
of one in the wheelchair and the
Yeah, good
cast?
news about Vols. So as a sports doctor, that's my real job. This is my hobby. That's why I'm a producer on this side of the camera. He only has a lateral ankle sprain. It's only a grade 1. But obviously, for us, the summer league is the Bermuda Triangle. We lose guys there.
Yes.
It's a crazy league. It's like, it really is pickup ball. So we're going to put them in bubble wrap until preseason.
I think you got to with all those young prospects, but I am excited to see what they'll do. I think you paid a little bit too much for J.J. Redick. I see what they were trying.
But we only
they
got
need
a
to
1
bring
year.
on-
The point is, we only.
They need a
The point about
all-white
Redick
team
is,
starter, man.
no, there are teams that
TJ
were.
McConnell.
You know what's
God,
cool though?
him and JJ are going to be boys.
You know what's interesting though? There are other teams poised to pay him 3 to
Yeah.
4 years for less money.
Yeah.
I think the 1 year deal, let him prove his merit, let him do it, and then sign a deal. And Amir, what's it, Robinson? Amir Johnson. That's another guy. You need a leader there.
got two veteran-
He's just a
two veteran
gritty.
leaders.
You need some gritty guys. There are plenty of scorers.
Sixers are getting the 6th seed. They're getting the 6th seed.
Yeah, but we saw what happened
Six
with
seed.
Amir.
Six
When the
seed.
playoffs came with the Celtics with Amir, Brad Stevens had to get him out of his lineup.
Yeah, he's not going to play. He's not going to be a
No, he's
starter.
going to be there for
He's going to play the role of Elton Brand, which is called left out.
Exactly.
It's called a $10 million coach, right?
Exactly.
He's the OG in the locker room.
That's going to be the Chase Daniels role. How about that? Did that guy get a good deal? $21 million for 3 years.
Loyalty
that
is
guy
everything.
could not. He made he made Tim Tebow look like Peyton Manning. I don't know if you saw any of Chase's preseason last year. Unbelievable. It was the worst you've ever seen.
You weren't watching Eagles.
Yeah, I was going to say Eagles preseason was not
I'm sure.
high. Was
We
not high on
don't.
my
We
list.
try to avoid preseason. Definitely, that's our least favorite time of year. We want to thank John and Chance. Great guys.
Call in
We got their
anytime,
cards.
guys.
We're gonna have them call in to our Rover Sports Wednesday night in Philly, 7 to 8.
105 Knoxville. And
Hey, 105 Knoxville.
What is it, the John and Chance show? What's the show?
We're on 2 different shows. I do a show called Talk Sports.
He does the midday show.
We do the midday
show.
talk sports.
Yeah, 10 to
I'm
1.
on the afternoon drive from 3 to 6 Eastern Time, obviously, with Russell Smith.
And if somebody wants to log on an app, are you on the TuneIn Radio app or?
We actually have our own app. It's the WKGN app. You can find it in the iTunes or Android store, and that's where we've got that app. And we got a live stream that was powered by Hops and Hollers. Throw a quick ad out.
We got to thank for those
Yeah,
people.
gotta
Make
thank
sure,
our people
make
back
sure you
home.
retweet this out for Hops and Hollers.
Always.
That's great, guys. Well, listen, have a beautiful
J.O.
day.
win 2